Hello y'all, and welcome back to another Transformer review. Today we are going to be looking at, and Colton's going to be helping me. And who are we going to be looking at?
Hi everyone. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Classics 2006 Devastator set. And these are repaints of the set from Transformers Energon, and the combined mode from Transformers Energon is not called
Devastator.
Devastator. It was called Constructicon Maximus.
Okay, so the one in Transformers Energon was called I'm sorry, what was it called? The original one was called what?
You're talking about the Energon?
Yeah, the Energon. What was it called?
The combined mode?
Yes.
It's called Constructicon Maximus.
Constructicon Maximus. So that was the original set. And this is a repaint. And this their take on basically the Constructicons
from Transformers Energon. And if you already know how I feel about the Energon cartoon.
Yeah, it was an alright line, but it didn't really have that much teeth into the meat of the story, and it just kind of. But anyway, it's a part of the Transformer legacy, so we have to cover it.
And it's also part of the Unicron trilogy, which y'all already know.
So this is a continuation of, let's see, we done what, Superion and Bruticus. Okay, we did Superion and Bruticus. So the next set is the construction team, the Constructicons. And Colton's going to help me out with the names here, because some of the names are a little bit different. This is Steamhammer. Okay.
Bone Crusher, Scrapper, Hook, and Hightower.
Okay.
And at first glance, the vehicle commodes, all of them do look gray.
Yeah, the only thing that I have, this right here, the vehicle's alright, but I just disagree with the lankiness right here, because it can move, and especially when you unplug the arm, like you see right there, then it's like the support is gone. And that's one of the problems, see?
Same for this guy. And there's no way to have these wheels aligned to the ground.
Basically, the only way that you can get him straightened up is pretty much put his arm back on the clips, which this little pivot right here holds. And even then, it's still like it needs to be jacked up some. So at least it's a little bit straight, because like I said, once you unplug this, it just kind of falls apart. Now getting to this mode right here, now that is a good looking crane. This is part of the accessories. We're just going to take that off right quick. But as far as his scoop, it can go up and it can go down, and it has a pivot right there.
And there's no joint here, because this is just molded in place. So the only movement that it has is this joint and this joint.
But it rolls really well.
Well,
better than the other one.
You just have to make sure that these wheels are touching the ground. Because these, don't have a problem.
Well, it's and you'll see some of the transformation that we're going to get off into. It has to do with these back wheels right here. Not so much the front wheels, but definitely the back wheels. And y'all see that when we get to the transformation. There was something else. Oh yeah, the tires. I thought when I was looking at this that the tires were rubber. They are not. They are plastic. So move that out the way. We'll bring him in. And they roll pretty well. Now,
well,
okay.
These two here, Scrapper and Bone Crusher, but both of their wheels don't have like a problem rolling.
No.
But these two do have a problem with rolling on all of their wheels.
Yeah, pretty much it's going back to when you unlock the arm. It just goes up, down, wherever. Oh, and also the arm, it can spin.
And it can also move up and down on the crane here on a ratchet. And these things here, which are going to be the combined mode hands and feet, well, I don't know if these are going to form. Well, they don't. These are going to form the feet in combined mode. Not this. But this can open up to become like a claw weapon. And you can remove these on these holes and these pegs. And as for Scrapper and Bone Crusher, like you just already saw, these things here, I don't know if these are supposed to be like guns
or claws or some type of gimmick to help grab, but they're part of it, and you can put them on the back and act like they're claws to grab something.
And I'm assuming these holes is where this peg is going to go into. I don't know. But you can plug them in so that they look like this.
That's one of the things that you can do with it. And another thing, bringing in this guy right here, he does, let's take this claw off, and he can extend.
Oh.
And his boom can extend.
The crane extends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the boom to the crane. And he can turn. And like I said, the problem with him is, and as you can already see, he's already trying to start coming apart. This is not some of the best design So literally you have to push that back in, get it clipped back on, just so he can be stable again in vehicle mode. Because the design here, once you undo the arm, this whole part wants to just lay down. This whole part just wants to come over, and then you start losing this because there's no really clips here to hold it in place. And you can see just trying to turn. See, that's what you get right there, because there's no clips to hold it in place.
But there is like these two holes where these pegs here go into, but they're not.
They don't peg in that well. They don't. It's like something that was thrown together in the transformation, not really thought of exactly how that's going to secure itself in.
And like y'all already saw, the crane bots here have their energon stars located here on the crane, and the shovel bots here have their energon stars located here.
And of course y'all know once y'all take them off, then it reveals the Decepticon logo right there. It may be kind of hard to see, but that's a Decepticon sign. That's okay.
Inside here.
Yes, inside there. Okay. So we're going to get on to the very last one as far as vehicle mode.
First, I'm going to have to set these off to the side.
Now this guy here is, whew, the way he's put together and the way he's constructed, don't get me wrong, it's a good looking vehicle mode, but he's got issues all about himself.
And this is Steam Hammer.
Steam Hammer. Now, he does articulate, and pretty much his shovel can come out, which is good. And then he has a double shovel steam claw, I guess.
I don't know what that's for.
But he is really back heavy once you get him off of his treads. Like you see right now, he is on his treads, but you go to put him sideways and he does that because he's so back heavy right there.
And I wish these treads were a little longer to support his weight.
Longer and bigger, probably, I think. But as long as you have him like that, he is fine.
And he does have little plastic wheels on the bottom that helps him roll.
Yeah, helps him roll. So that is pretty much, now Steam Hammer, he can go, of course, all the way around like so, and his arm can pivot. But like I said, the designs of these are, could have been better, but it is what it is. So that's pretty much him. The only articulation he has is he can roll, his turret can spin, and his shovel can extend out. And that's it.
And the shovel moves on 3 joints. This joint here, and the joint here, which will become his arm in robot mode. And of course, this doesn't tap in anywhere.
That's one of the problems with this whole set. You have a problem with stuff that should have been tabbed in that really don't. It's just there. So we're going to bring a couple of these in right quick, and we are going to start making this, what they call him? What's Bruticus Maximus? What? No, not Bruticus Maximus. No, I'm getting mixed up. What's his name? No, the combined mode. The combined mode. Devastator.
Yes.
Okay.
This is Devastator, not Maximus.
Right. I done got messed up. See, it shows you how much I've actually followed along in this line. So, anyway, we're going to move on. Now, these two and these two, and these two have the exact same transformation. So what I'm going to do is let Colton transform one, and I'm going to transform the other one off camera. It's exactly the same. The only one that's different here with the total transformation is Steamhammer.
We're going to go in like combined mode?
We're going to go into robot mode first. We're going to go into robot mode, then we'll transform them into the limb modes. So we're going to transform into robot mode. I'm going to take one, Colton's going to take the other, and we're going to, you want to switch chairs? Would it be easier?
Well, I think I got it.
Okay, let me go in. I'm going to scoot back, give you some room. Okay.
Okay, so to start off the transformation, first I like to remove this piece. Untap the crane, get it out of the way, flip this piece down, separate the cab here, fold back the heels and flip up the feet. Now take this entire thing here and rotate it around. Take the cockpit here, bring it around, and also take the crane here and bring it around. Rotate the crane around to make his arm, and for this arm you want to bring the elbow down, rotate it around, flip down this piece, and for the head you want to rotate it this way on this green piece here, and then rotate the head around so it's facing forward. And you're done.
Now here he is right here beside his little co-partner. Right there side by side. And like I said, the transformation's exactly the same with this guy here. What you seen him do, I did the same thing right there.
And I'm not a fan of their robot modes because they just look really goofy.
Well, I mean, we've definitely seen better, but this is the Unicron trilogy line. Right.
This is from the Unicron trilogy.
So this is what they were doing back in 2004. 2004.
But this came out in 2006. The whole set.
Okay, so these were the type of Transformers that was offered at that time.
And another problem that I have with these two is their heads, when you try to move them, this green thing and this purple thing here, just moves when you're trying to move his head around, or their heads. And also their legs are not the strongest. I mean, well, these two do stand up perfectly well because their feet are big. But when you try to pose them, they just tend to.
They kind of wobbly hip for sure. But their base or the bottom of their feet are big and long, and that's good because that helps the stability of them standing up. The problem is when you start to try and get them in a pose, these are some of these characters where you get them in a pose and you just leave them alone.
Because these cranes here are really heavy.
There was something else that Colton brought to my attention last night that I didn't even know, and that's why I had to step out of the room right quick to go ahead and get it. And he said, "Dad, you got to check this out. Show him the eyes."
Okay. These two do have light piping. I will have to zoom in. These two do have light piping on the back, which is right here, this purple thing here, the translucent purple. Now, you would expect that their eyes to be purple because they both have light piping on the back.
Right, that's a translucent purple.
But here,
I don't know how well that's going to come in. We'll see. Okay. See if his will come in any better. Let's see, maybe kind of. No, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. Just kind of hold it down.
You can see right here, they painted their eyes red.
Both on both of the Transformer Decepticons there, their eyes were painted red. Their eyes were painted red, so therefore the purple translucent plastic that's on the backside of their head cannot really come through because their eyes are painted in red.
And these two are the only ones that have the painted eyes.
So we're going to get off into the next ones and y'all see the big difference. So we're going to put these.
Oh. And for the rest of his articulation on both of them, this arm here is on a ball joint and has a bicep swivel, an elbow joint which is on a soft ratchet, and for this arm it can rotate, move in and out, bicep swivel, and of course can bend on this ratchet joint here. They both have waist swivel, ball joint at the legs which of course could be more snug, bend at the knee, and that's it. And for these things, you can still attach these to give them claw weapons, or like you see here, you can have them hold these in their hands. Oh, and these shoulders don't lock in anywhere.
So that's pretty much it for these guys here, and we're going to put them to the side and we're going to get off to the next two that transforms the exact same way.
And that is Bone Crusher and Scrapper.
And I will go ahead and take Scrapper, and I will let Colton do the honors.
Take this off. Bring up the steam shovel. Untap the wheels and bring them up. And these pegs is where the hole inside of here from the back wheels peg into. And you also want to bring them up until they tap into these pegs here, so that these lock into place. Untap these things here and bring them up so that they're like this. And bring this piece down. Untap the front wheels and bring them up. And bring what will become his waist all the way up. And then bring up the waist itself until it taps in, and rotate the waist around. And you can position the shovel however you want. I think it's supposed to be like this. I don't know. But take his arms, bring them all the way down, bring down their elbows, and you're done.
Let's see if I can go and get this guy to stand right there. It'll be close. I want him to stand just like, there we go. Yes, 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 yes. This guy transforms the exact same way this guy does. I just added his claw to him.
Is that how you're supposed to have them hold?
Well, I don't know. I just did it. It fits in his hand. I don't see why not, you know. I don't see why not.
Well, we don't know if this is how they're supposed to hold the hand-foot guns as
Well, I
weapons.
don't even know if it's actually a hand-foot gun. It just may be a claw. You know what I mean? It may be a claw outside of the combined mode transformation. So, like I said, it fits in his hand, so I did it. So, it works.
And the robot modes do look great, but the only things I don't like about both of these is the way their arms look. Because as you can see, they look really
Thin?
well.
I don't know if that's the word you look for. No?
They just look weird.
Weird. Okay. Alrighty. Now, show them the lighting. Woo! That guy done fell. Yeah. He got off balance. He's blinded by the light.
I think you're supposed to bring his shovel to the back.
Okay.
Like this guy.
Well, that's probably why he fell. Okay. Thank you for correcting me. There we go. That looks a lot better. Yep. That looks a lot better. Hey! Cool. Alrighty. Show them the light piping with these guys. With the big old Decepticon symbol on their chest. Yeah.
And this guy also has it too.
Yeah. I don't know how well that... Yeah, it will. Okay. Now these guys, their eyes are not painted. So you can actually see the purple translucent clear plastic, where the other ones, their eyes are painted red. So anyway, what else, Colton, about these two right quick before we move on to the next one?
That's basically it for these two.
Okay. Hey, look at there, blinded by light again. Anyway.
But for articulation on both these, their heads can swivel, ball joint at the shoulders, bend at the elbows on a soft ratchet, waist swivel, ball jointed legs, ball jointed knees, and that's it. So that's it for these two.
And the next one, I am definitely going to have to let Colton transform it, because I transformed it and I still have a problem with it today still, so he's the man. Alright, go ahead.
Steam hammer.
Steam hammer.
So to transform him, to transform him, you want to take the shovel here, bring it back to here. Well, but before you do that, take these gray things, untap them, and flip these up. And as you can see, these pegs is where, well, these holes is where these pegs go into. Now you want to take these two here, bring them up, and you also want to take the cap here and this arm here, and as you can see, his arm here is positioned in a weird way, but this is the way you have to position his arm when you're going in field mode. But you want to bring them out and you want to bring up the waist, rotate the legs, flip down the feet, bring back the arms. And for his shovel arm here, you want to bring it down. And for this arm, you want to rotate it on this bicep here and bring it down. And for the head, you want to open up this piece here and flip up the head and close up the back. And you're done. And he looks, he looks great, but I don't like the shovel arm here, 'cause it just looks really weird.
Okay. Well, is that all about we need to cover with? I had to go catch the phone a while ago. It rang. But anyway, hey, what else do you want to cover with Steam Hammer?
But he does have some nice, like, paint breakup to break up a lot of this green, and that is some purple and silver on his chest with some black, and also he has some silver on his legs and also silver here.
Okay.
And and he does have some black here.
Okay. Excuse me. You went through the articulation with them?
I'm about to do that.
Okay.
But for articulation, head,
Does his head move? I don't know. If it does, it's very small, limited.
His head does move, but it's really limited due to his treads getting in the way. This arm here can rotate all the way around, move in and out, swivel at the bicep, bend at the elbow, and the shovel can move up and down. And if you want to, you can, like, move that. But for his other arm, it can rotate all the way around, move in and out, bicep swivel here, double jointed elbows, and these side skirts can move out of the way. Waist swivel, which, well, when you move it, it seems really
messed up.
I was about to say snug, but when you straighten it, you hear this click sound, which is like on a weird ratchet joint. it's not messed up. It's like on a weird.
It's just the way that they designed it as far as the transformation, because this part right here pretty much makes up the torso of the next combiner form.
Ratcheted legs move in and out on a ratchet, which is a soft one. Thigh swivel, knee, and that's it. And he does have the purple light piping.
We're fixing to see. Yes, there you are, right there.
And his eyes are not painted.
Yeah, just two of them. Two of these guys, the eyes are painted red, where the rest of them are the translucent purple. That's weird. But anyway.
So now let's get the other ones in frame.
Get the other ones now. Boom. Moving that big old claw. Oh, excuse me, man. Starting off anyway. And there we have a full group shot of the Constructicons of 2004.
Well, this was released in 2006.
Okay, I stand corrected. 2006 Constructicons from the Unicron trilogy line.
And the only ones from this group shot that I don't like is these two. This one's okay.
So now,
but these two look great.
Okay.
I just don't like their arms because they just look weird.
Okay. Are we ready to go into the next move? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is also like a G1 Scramble City. The arms can become legs, the legs can become arms. The only one that stays the same, kind of like G1 Minosaur Bruticus, he stays the same. He is the main frame of the arms or the legs. So with that said, we're going to take one of these, transform them into a leg, and we'll take another one and transform them into an arm. And why Colton does that, I will be taking this one, and we will, let's say, make him into a leg. And I will do the same with this one. No, wait. You need to make him into an arm. And I'll make him into a leg. Yep.
So to get this guy in arm mode, and my dad's gonna get the other one in leg mode.
Yes.
Of course, remove the claw thing. You're turning that into
the leg, and you'll be turning that into an arm.
Okay. You are gonna remove this out of his hands, but you also have to reattach this back to where it was in the vehicle mode. And what you're basically gonna do is just turn him back into vehicle mode.
That's pretty much it. You're just turn them back into vehicle mode.
There's no new things. Well, there is one new thing that you gotta do, but the rest of it is like just turn the rest of him in vehicle mode.
The feet are very, very stiff, ratchet, stiff joints. That's one thing I'd say. Them feet are, woo. But they knew that that's where a lot of stress would be too. So they had to double up on the mechanics of it. Doing what it needs to do.
So you got him in vehicle mode, and the only new thing that you gotta do with if you're gonna turn one of these in arm mode is come to the back here and bring down this connector piece.
The combiner peg.
And that's it.
That's it. Now, does he bend? No, he does not bend. He has no elbow articulation. He is pretty much just a straight lace arm with the claw on it.
And if you want to turn one of these in leg mode, you do want to transform them back into their vehicle modes, but leave the feet folded out. And for the claw, you're going to leave this unattached from this here and fold it out, and the claw is going to rotate and tab into a hole, which is right here onto this peg on the tip of the claw. And there you have the leg mode.
So you have one arm and one leg. And that's it for two limbs of them, and we're going to get out the other two. And we're basically going to do the same to these guys. One's going to become a foot, one's going to become an arm.
What do you want me to turn this one into?
I will turn this guy into an arm, you turn him into a foot.
Okay. So you're still gonna return him back into vehicle mode. Okay. So got him in vehicle mode. Now to turn him into... Well, to turn this into the leg mode, you're gonna take the shovel here, bring it up to about here, and the combiner peg is right here. And then you just take this piece, bring this up, and bring this out. And to attach it on the bottom, this hole here and these two things here, which was his knees in robot mode, are going to go into this peg to here, and these two things here, which were his knees, into these two holes here. So it looks like this.
That is pretty much the foot.
And to get one of these in arm mode,
there's the arm.
You forgot to take the shovel and bring it back and fold it down.
Okay, thank you. Okay, well, thank you for correcting me. Thank you.
All you need to do with one of these in arm mode is attach this back onto the same tabs and holes, but bring down the fingers and the thumb so it looks like that. Bring down the connector piece and position the shovel so it's like this, and that's the arm mode.
So we have an arm and we got a foot. So all we need now is the torso.
The torso.
Steam shovel.
Steam hammer.
Thank you. I knew I was going to mess that up. I knew I was, because I kept getting steam hammer and steam shovel mixed up. Where am I getting steam shovel from? That's not nobody named, right? That's just something that I don't... Okay. Alright, I'm going to shut up. Steam...
hammer.
Do it down. I'll get you say long enough, you'll say too.
So to get steam hammer ready, you're just gonna fold back the head, bring down the waist, untap the treads and bring them down. And for this arm here, you want to take the cap here, bring it up and position it, and you want to bring back this arm here and bend his elbow up, and this peg is going to go into that hole right there. this hole right here on the bottom, not the top. And you can rotate the cap around so it's like this. And for the shovel arm, you want to bring it back, and this peg is going to go into this hole here. And you do want to bring it down. I'm just making sure that I didn't forget any more tabs. And for the treads, this hole right here is going to go into that peg right there. And for the cap here, you want to flip it back to reveal the combined mode head. And for the legs, you want to flip back up the feet. Then you want to untab the legs and bring them up to reveal the connector here.
Yes, and the knees are on a very weird ratchet. It's like a swivel type ratchet, because you actually have to go another step up on the leg in order to expose this, the combiner port. Like so.
And you're done.
Now we just got to put them together.
Now we can just connect them together.
Connect this bad boy together. Which the connector ports are very, very stiff and strong, which is good. Okay. I just thought about what I said. That just didn't come out right. Anyway. He lost a hand. His hand got away from him.
These don't connect really well.
They don't connect. And yeah, I found that out earlier. That's a little bit better.
And now we have the Devastator.
Now we have Big Bad Devastator. And the problem with him is that he leans one way or the other way if you're not careful. Either too far back or too far forward. Y'all see that here in a minute.
And I'm not a fan of this combined mode because it just looks really light.
I mean, could have been better. Let's see here, but let's go in on the head sculpt right there. And that is, whoa, that is blurry. That is still blurry. That is his head sculpt, which is way different than what we're used to. But anyway, this is a different series of Transformers. So, with that said, as far as articulation,
head is on a swivel, but it is a bit limited due to the shovel here. And you can move this out of the way to move his head. And the arms can rotate on a soft ratchet and can move in and out on a
but it's
ratchet.
You got them, just hold them. But it's very tight, but they can go. The problem with him is that if you put too much stress on him, he'll start coming undone on you.
And he does rotate at the waist and move at the legs, which is Steam Hammer's articulation. But his knees can bend on...
It can bend, they won't come off. No.
They can bend on a ratchet and rotate on a ratchet.
There you go. And that's like soft ratchets on some of that.
That's what I said about these arms. Because they can only rotate on a soft ratchet.
Right. And that's along with the knees. No, wait, the knees right there, they have a little bit more clinging to them.
They can swivel on a soft ratchet.
Okay. Well, that is pretty much. Let's see if we can get them all in right there. There he is. That's pretty much Devastator of the Constructicons of 2004 Decepticon Transformers off of the Unicron Trilogy line.
And also in the Energon cartoon.
Energon, that's the one I was thinking about. I keep got the Energon. The Energon line. Cartoon. Okay. Because like I said, I don't know much about it. I knew that it was going on, but this was some of the Transformers that they released for that trilogy. So, I'm going to let Colton go ahead and close this out, and we will talk to you next time. Y'all have a good one. Take care of yourselves.
And if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.